Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Euroman Movie Report, the show where I talk about a movie I have recently watched at my local movie theatre. This week I have watched The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens is of course the 7th live-action Star Wars film, and it's the first Star Wars film where we don't have George Lucas having the creative control. And this time the movie is directed and co-written by J.J. Abrams. You know, the guy who made Lost and the two Star Trek films and a lot of other movie and television projects. And you can easily see after the first 5 to 10 minutes of the film that the approach to making a movie set in the Star Wars universe is much different with J.J. Abrams at the helm than with George Lucas at the helm. J.J. Abrams, he focuses more on the personal side of a character than George Lucas did. In many ways that makes the movie a lot better than if George Lucas had been involved. Is it a good Star Wars film? Yeah, the story, it's somewhat okay. We have these different characters, Rey, Finn, and to some extent Poe Dameron, and not to forget of course Kylo Ren. But it's, to me, it was like this film could have been the pilot episode of a Star Wars live-action television show than it was a Star Wars movie, because it was like we missed some of the backstory to the events of this film, and that was a bit of a bummer in my opinion, because I would have liked to have had that, because it's like what couldn't we have gotten some hints to what happened between the 1983 film and this film. But I guess I have heard you have to go out and buy some comics and play some video games, but still it would have, to get that information, but still it would have been nice to have some references to past events. But to me, if I'm gonna sum it up, the acting was somewhat okay, except Harrison Ford. He seemed tired in my opinion. But besides that, okay acting, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Adam Driver, and it was fun to see Carrie Fisher, but her voice has become very masculine in my opinion. But I guess that happens to some women with age. But it was fun to see some of them old characters, and there's a short cameo, if I'm not mistaken, by Admiral Akbar at some unspecified part in the movie, because I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But to me, in general, The Force Awakens was like if we rewind to A New Hope and change the story a bit. It wasn't very 100% original in my opinion, but it wasn't bad either. So especially, and here's a spoiler of course, the whole battle on Starkiller Base, if I remember correctly, that's the base of the First Order is called. It was very reminiscent of the attack on the Death Star in the 1977 A New Hope. But besides from that, it was great special effects in my opinion on the Starkiller Base. And Supreme Leader Snoke, I have read that he is maybe Darth Plagueis, but we didn't get the reveal if he or it is Darth Plagueis. But I guess maybe we will, if it is Darth Plagueis, maybe we'll get to hear that in a later film. But the most disappointing part of The Force Awakens was of course that, and here's another spoiler, that Luke Skywalker, you don't see him before the movie is almost finished, and it was, in my opinion, I would have liked to have heard him say something, maybe before the end credits, but he doesn't say anything. He just turns around and faces Rey's character after they find him onto that island location. So that was a bit disappointing. But yeah, what else is there to say? It was fun to see the old characters, and it was okay to have a different take on the Star Wars universe. But in my opinion, and don't shoot me, but it wasn't a great Star Wars film. So I hope that Rogue One will be better, and that Episode 8 will be better as well. So if I'm gonna rate the Force Awakens, I will give it 3 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles. That's it, Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch any of my previous reviews / movie talks, you can click the link in the description. But to all my viewers, have a pleasant weekend, and I'll see you next week with another review. But until then, bye for now.